Welcome to Valhalla Bridge at 62 to Freedom. Yeah, this is Valhalla Bridge. That's named by me, named by a subscriber actually. He said a good name. You know, he knew I liked the Vikings, so he thought Valhalla Bridge would be a good name. And he hit the nail right on the head. So this is it, and this is 62 to Freedom. So you see that column coming up. That column right there is going all the way from deep underground, where there's a footing with steel mat, all the way up to, and they will form right around this intersection right here with the beam and the column and the other beam. It'll all intersect right there, and they will pour that all together right there. The same thing on this side. They already got the boards the right size right there. Once they pour that, they were just transferred over to this side, along with that section where that they got to pour in that beam right there. That piece is literally the same size to go over here. So, and that's the man that got concrete on my wall up here. This is gonna be so nice to get off the road up there, and everybody here is gonna love to drive their motorcycles down this and get off of that road up there. Pretty cool. It's gonna be shady right here. This is gonna be some nice shade right here. Can't let nothing grow, no trees grow here. There's a Marvin A tree. We gotta cut these trees down. There's a guava tree. We cannot let those mango trees and everything, we'll kill them before they get to the driveway. Sorry about that, Marvin. Oh. How you doing, George? See what I told you? They had one from yesterday and the day before that right here. And then he's setting up for the next one over there. And while he tends these, kind of tends these along, the next day there might be a little bit of smoothing you can still do with like some water probably. Right? Although they look pretty good. You know, once they get everything on, you know, like the paint and all that stuff, they'll be perfect. It's not your swimming pool. Not a swimming pool. Okay. I'm gonna work on these rocks a little bit because I don't want them to be too much later. I might just try to pry that one on over there. I think they're actually using my pry bar to dig holes with. Maybe. That's two monsters right there. I could definitely block the erosion with them. Let me go see if I can find a pry bar, a lever. Let me find an Egyptian lever. Be right back with something about the rocks. Thought I forgot about you, didn't you? Ha. Backbreaker right there. So, you know, this is where the steps are going to be, so none of these can go here right now. Just had some little ones there, but you know, when you dump them out here, you got to move them off to the side. So that's what I wanted the lever for, but they're using the levers. You know, they got a point on one side and a blade on the other side, and That's what they use to dig dirt and chip rocks. The point, they chip rocks with it, and the blade they dig alongside, that, you know, cut the edge. And then once they get it broken up, if they're down in the hole deep, they put it in a bucket, somebody pulls it up, something like that. So there was no rain last night, I don't think. So if anything happened to this, it just drained out from before. So you see that it's found a way out through here, even though the whole fence is not undermined. It is, because on the back side of this wall is a ditch deeper than the sand is right here. And so that's just open to the, and that is where the main water comes out right here. And I'll show you. Wow, they're losing a lot of yard. So that's the ditch that's deeper than the sand. But you know, they can fix it. I will show, somebody wanted to see the driveway of the neighbor better. If that's what you want to call it, a driveway, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to drive on it, but somebody's just walking out there. Oh, they can walk that deep? They're only waist deep out that far. Let's go see what the water's like down here. It's very pleasant. Just listen. See you on the flip-flop. There's a piece of glass right here. Sharp. Let me just gonna throw this up there. So, you know, you'd be down there where you got shoes on at least. I'll try to find it. In front of the gate. In front of that pole right there. I'll take it the rest of the way up there later. I just want to dip my feet. That's all. I don't want to cut my foot open. Oh, see how calm it is right now. Definitely no sand gonna come back in this calm. Ooh, it's nice and cool. Uh-oh. Trying to get my shorts wet, ain't you? It's pretty clear too. See them rocks way out there. Da-dee-da-dee-doo-da. Wait, I want to put something right there on my leg. Got itchy right there. Put some salt water on it. It'd be great. Woo. Oh, don't those clouds look pinkish? Wow. So that ship right there is taking on sand and rocks from the, you know, they excavate the river down there and make channels to guide the river, and at the same time they sell rocks and sand like a mining operation. So They scoop it with them cranes, put it in the ship, and then that's it. So, whew. Oh, it's cool. Uh-oh, here comes the pants wetter. Isn't it glorious? Isn't it glorious? Wow. It's kind of hazy way out there deep. Is that rain? I don't know what that is. It don't seem like rain. Just around the water all the time. And so then he got restationed in Pensacola, Florida. So we're right on the Gulf of Mexico, right in the water. So we used to go to Pensacola Beach all the time. That was pretty cool. You're living in the streams there. If you went swimming in a stream or a river, you know, you had to watch out for crocodiles. So they had places where you could swim, where they had the river screened off for the crocodiles, alligators. And you could, the alligators would walk inland sometimes and go way in there inland and go around that fence so they could get to the people. But you know, they had somebody checking it out, but it was always you're always wondering, hey, you know, is there an alligator underwater right near me? So you were paranoid. I was paranoid anyway. And that wouldn't be a good way to go, you know. Get a alligator latched onto your leg and he does a death roll a couple times. That and drowning. Now, neither one of them, I guess death in general is not fun. But, you know, there's some exceptional, you know, you're gonna get that death roll, you know, what's it gonna do to your bones and everything? And the next thing you know, you can't swim and, you know, he's got you underwater. Since I almost drowned one time, so I guess I worry about drowning. Although I can swim, I'm sure, you know, I'm 62 and out of shape. I couldn't swim like I could back when I was 20, when I almost drowned. I could swim good then, but you can't swim but so long. And I found out you really can't float and rest in choppy water, real choppy water, because you start getting a mouthful. When you gotta breathe, a breaker will come to get in your mouth eventually. And then, you know, once you start choking on that, you know, I can't float without, in choppy water without, you know, holding my breath a little bit and then taking a quick breath in and out, which I think you start getting dizzy from hyperventilation doing that after a while. I don't know what happened to me. You know, and the water's cold, and then you start cramping. I could tell you all the steps to drowning. So, and then you start to panic eventually, and then you worry about sharks, because your swimming is thrashing around now. And so I don't know, not gonna get into the rest of it. I decided I was gonna hold my breath and sink to the bottom, and then hold it long enough so I knew I couldn't get all the way back to the top. And I was gonna just breathe in and out, because you hear stories about breathing water is painful too, and you don't die quick. But I just wanted to breathe in and out fast as possible and just pass out. I wanted to go easy. But I don't know, I couldn't give up. I couldn't give up. I got to the last point where I knew I better go now or it's over, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, it's over. So anyway, you can look back, way back in my videos back to Who Talked to Me While I Was Drowning, and you'll find out what the rest of that story. It was back in America when I made that video, so go back there. It's Who Talked to Me While I Was Drowning. It's a two-part video. Who Talked to Me While I'm Drowning, and something about, I can't remember what the other one was called. It should be right beside that one, Who Talked to Me While I Was Drowning. All right, it's time for me to throw some rocks now, and we'll get back with you with the progress. Peace. Okay, I gotta go get some dust masks before JoJo dies over there. He's eating a lot of dust.
Sunod mo lamang ko niya, Ben, ha? Tagdangan mo ang kabilya na, Ben. May susagalang itong bukro na.
Oh.
Sugan ng bukro.
Oh, you try to trick me.
Anjay, tagdangan mo ang kabilya na.
You try to trick me more. Whoa, got a duck. Got a lot of stuff to do here. Shoo. Oh, more. All right. Whoa. Oh, that's the second row. Oh, I will be back with the masks. Anything else? Okay. Whew. Oh. Okay. Valhalla Bridge. So, I got a mixture of good and bad news. And I'm gonna try to do them, you know, give you one good news, and then I'll give you one bad news. All right, number one, good. Good news is you see up there on the top balcony, right in the middle, you see all them boxes, that's ceiling panels. That's PV ceiling panels I've been waiting for. It's a lot of good news there, right? So, number one, bad news. They didn't send the whole order. So I think that the order didn't come on the ship. Because I called him and told him, make sure that the end caps are there so that we can start putting the ceiling panel up. He has to do the end caps first before he can start the panels. So he said, okay. And then hung up, and it was, I don't know. He didn't sound normal. So now they're talking about the order is going to be next week. So we cannot start the ceiling. We got 360 of 380 12-foot panels. We didn't get any 8-foot or any end caps with the order. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. And they sent like a dump truck to deliver the things, and I don't know. It seemed like a dump truck could, you know, that's only PVC panels, you know, it don't weigh much. So I don't know why they couldn't just put the rest of the order in there. Makes me think they don't have the order. It didn't come on the ship to Iloilo. So I don't know. So that makes that not really good news, because you can't even start putting that up. So you can't even start it because you don't have the end caps to put on there. So that's 101. So let's go with another good news. I got in the lights for the outside, the colored lights you can adjust with the can adjust with your phone. But I think it's a trick. You got to order another piece to get it to work. But I'm not sure yet. Maybe you could just use an app. But I didn't have time to do that yet. So that's some good news and some bad news. So, and then there's some more good news. Oh yeah, that's some good news. They said they were going to send a tile today, but you know, it's like after lunch they said, but it's 6 boxes of tiles that were cracked when we got the tiles delivered. That's at Triumph, and 6 boxes and two singles. So that would make 26 tiles that were cracked on the big truck. But I mean, we got like 500 tiles, so that's not really that bad. It's just that it's not here yet. That's bad news. You know, if it comes after 5 o'clock, nobody's going to be here. And normally a lot of places, they come right at the last minute. You know, they got like a bunch of deliveries on one truck. So there you go. That's a whole bunch of good and bad news. And the particularly bad news with design, because you know, I told him to put, and he didn't tell me that they didn't have the in pieces. He just said that, you know, there's going to be another delivery. But then I asked him to make sure that the end pieces were on there, and he said okay. And they're not, so we still can't do anything. That one company's really got us handcuffed the whole time. It's not how I wanted to do it. I didn't want to put the tiles all down in the whole upper floor and then come back with ladders and whatnot and scratch up all my tiles putting those PVC ceiling in there, because nobody else seems to have any trouble supplying the stuff except for that one company. So I will still get some furniture from them if I can, if they got the best deal. But it's going to be different this time. If they don't have it, if I can't see it right there, and they're going to put the stuff on hold right there, I'm not waiting for another delivery from that company. That's for sure. Or any company. They say, "Oh yeah, we got it, sir," and they show you a piece. That don't mean anything. They got like 10 of them. And they're gonna bring it from China on a ship here to Iloilo, and then you ain't gonna you have a hard time getting your house built. So, and it makes you build the house a different way, like you didn't want to. Who would want to put their tiles down and then ride all over them installing the ceiling? It don't make any sense. But so we're gonna tape, you know, cardboard boxes to the bottom of the feet of the, but you know, I don't know. I don't like the idea of it. I'm not even gonna wear shoes in there where the tile's at. My wife, if she sees scratches all over, she's gonna be pissed. Okay, here's some more good news. This is mostly bad news, but it is good, a little bit of good news in there. A little bit of good news is when the lights are on in the house, you're not going to be able to see us walking around in there from out here. But the bad news is it can't be blue. It can't be blue because that's not truly, that window right there is not truly like a mirror. Now, it's blue, but it's not like a mirror. And with the lights on inside at night, you can see it. You can see right in the house. So they're going to have to be silver. They're going to have to be silver, and to make up for that, you know, I'm going to have underneath the balconies up there is going to be blue light shining down. Or you can put it on any color you want to, which, you know, I prefer to make it purple. But anyway, the good news is you can't see us up there walking around in our bedroom. Come out, be out here in the dark beach and see us in our bedroom. That's the good news, because the windows are going to be mirrored. They're going to be silver though. All the windows up there are going to be silver. That's going to be the only blue one right over there, but it's not going to have a blue light. So you can pick any light on the lights as possible, but ow. And then there's the bad news of the lights and the good news. And, oh Lord. So here's some more. The good news is, yesterday they told me to buy my own, buy the sample bottles, and then today when I went to get, they said the people weren't there to test the well water. So I went and got the sample bottles. That was good news. And then today I took them there right after lunch, and they said, "You're too late, sir. You got to come at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can't use your own sample bottles." I thought it was kind of funny too when they told me to get my own sample bottle. You got to use our sample bottles, and the sample bottles you got were only you need about that much. Like our sample bottles are, they've been sanitized. So there you go. That's the bad news. I couldn't get the well samples today. I was looking forward to getting some good news today, and so I could drink, see what the water tastes like. But anyway, that's at the health department, so they ain't gonna let me drink water that's funky. No kind of sewage in it or anything like that. It is a natural spring, so the only reason I'm testing it is just to make sure there's no amoebas in it, and there's no leaching. Up the hill, there's no septic tank leaching into the underground spring. So that's a possibility I'm thinking of. But it's nothing in line with that new well that I know of, but I don't know. You could have an old one that's filled up and covered up, and you don't see it back up the hill there. So anyway, there's trees right behind my house up there. You can see that. See how tall, man, they must be super tall. No, that's already the mountain going up. It's a slope like that, and it's up the hill a little bit. Those trees are growing. That's why they're so tall, because they're just normal size, like these ones around here. All right, so that's the good and the bad. That's just probably some more good and bad, but I just ain't thinking about it. Yeah, that's the more bad. The bad thing is my back don't hurt, but I don't trust it yet. So I gotta only pick up these little rocks. All right. I'm not really sad or anything. I'm just frustrated with some of the company. My advice, if you're coming here to build, don't order unless you got plenty of time and you don't want to move in your house right now. Don't order anything way ahead of time. I mean, don't order if you can't see it with your eyes. If they don't have it in stock in the store, don't order it. If you want to make the build, if you go faster with the build, it's going to be less money. Simple as that. Even though the labor's cheap, but not only that, the prices keep going up. So you need to, wherever you plan and you price things, you need to go ahead and get it done. Boom. Me, I'm on build day 214. Maybe. I'm on build day 214. I'm on build day 213. So that reminds me, I gotta call the other bidder and tell him to change it in the windows. So like I said, it'll be silver on the outside, just like a mirror. On the inside, they'll be blue. They'll be reflecting off of all those shiny tiles too. So that'll be something cool. That's another good thing. Out for 62 to freedom. I'm gonna come up here and pow. Wow. Everybody up, move that way. Oh yeah. Right around. Everybody get some love. Yeah. I get knocked down, I get up again. Ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, I get up again. Ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. Ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. I get up again. Ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. I get up again. Ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.